Tales of Raamadin. In a sun-drenched village of winding lanes and bustling bazaars lived a man named Raamadin. He was famous not for his wealth, but for his wit. His wisdom didn't come from dusty books, but from looking at the world with a curious twinkle in his eye. One morning, Raamadin and his son Bashir set off to the market with their donkey. "We must save the donkey's strength for the goods we will buy," Raamadin declared. So he lifted Bashir onto the donkey's back and walked beside them on the dusty road. They hadn't gone far when they passed a group of merchants. "Look at that lazy boy," one grumbled, "riding in comfort while his poor old father walks in the heat." Hearing this, Raamadin stopped, helped Bashir down, and climbed onto the donkey himself. Soon, another group saw them. "What a cruel father," they whispered, "forcing his little son to walk on the hot ground." Exasperated, Raamadin pulled Bashir up to sit behind him, but the next travelers scolded them for overloading the poor beast. At last, Raamadin and Bashir got off and, with great effort, carried the donkey on a pole between them. The whole market roared with laughter. "You see, son," Raamadin panted, "try to please everyone, and you will please no one at all." One evening, Raamadin was crawling on the ground under the only street lamp in his lane. His neighbor, Harris, came out. "Raamadin, what are you doing?" he asked. "I've lost my key," Raamadin mumbled, not looking up. Harris, being a good neighbor, got down to help him search. After a long time with no luck, Harris sat back. "Are you absolutely certain you lost it right here?" he asked. "Oh no," Raamadin said plainly. "I lost it inside my house." The neighbor stared. "Then why are we looking out here?" Raamadin smiled gently. "Because the light is much better here." Raamadin once borrowed a large pot from his greedy neighbor, Harris. The next day, he returned it with a tiny pot nestled inside. "Thank you for the loan," Raamadin said cheerfully. "And good news, while it was with me, your pot had a baby." Harris, thrilled with his free pot, happily lent it to Raamadin again. But weeks passed, and it was not returned. Harris marched to Raamadin's house. "Where is my pot?" he demanded. Raamadin put on a terribly sad face. "A tragedy has occurred," he sighed. "Your pot died." "Died?" Harris yelled. "Pots can't die." Raamadin shrugged. "Strange, you had no trouble believing it could have a baby." On a sweltering afternoon, Raamadin napped under a tall walnut tree. He awoke and gazed at a field of watermelons nearby. "How odd," he mused. "The Creator puts these tiny little walnuts on this great, strong tree, but places enormous watermelons on those weak, flimsy vines." Just as he finished his thought, a walnut dropped from a branch above and bonk. It hit him squarely on his bald head. He yelped and rubbed the spot. He looked at the tiny walnut on the ground, then up at the massive tree, and then at the giant watermelons in the field. A slow grin spread across his face. "Ah," he chuckled to himself. "What a blessing that this is not a watermelon tree."